the Bridgestone Arena, and we're ready for the Canadiens and the Predators. The anthems will be done by Dennis K. Morgan.
Presenting tonight's colors is the Music City Cadet Squadron. And now please turn your attention to the ice. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner is Dennis K. Morgan.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The final game before the Christmas break for Montreal. Nashville has one more right here against Boston on Monday. Carey Price is making a great case to make the Canadian Olympic team, posting a solid .207 goals against average and .932 save percentage. Marek Mazanec, he played 24 minutes in relief Thursday against Tampa Bay and stopped all 19 shots he faced. He has an impressive .244 goals against average this season. And the referees for tonight's game, Dan O'Halloran and Dean Morton. Pierre Racicot and Mark Shuchek will work the lines. The Canadians in white and the home team, the Predators, in gold and black. Coming to center is Mike Fisher, Hornqvist, and Wilson on the wings. Weber and Jones for Nashville. Subban, Bouillon starting for the Canadians. And Galchenyuk left to right, Plekanec and Gionta for the Montreal Canadiens. So Subban starts with a pass up through the middle. That's knocked down by Fisher, but he lost it. Or offside coming in on a break. That looked pretty good to get a first shot on goal, but offside is the call.
Well, both teams struggling to score goals, and then when you're not scoring goals, it's tough to win. It puts the onus on your goaltending. Your goaltending has to be so good. The team that gets 2 goals tonight might just block the other team completely right out.
Quick face-off, so nobody's made a change yet. Puck loose at center and hammered from there by P.K. Subban. He drilled that 100 feet right on. So the first good stop coming from Mazanec. Cleared on the boards by Picats. Couldn't quite get the puck out. Predators doing a little heavy forechecking, trying to get something going early. First goal is always important, and it seems for these two teams it's more important. For some reason, getting the goal first and having the other team chase is the way they want to go. Canadians are in after the loose puck. The side of the net is centered, but it missed everybody and gets out and all the way down the ice. Price is out a long way to stop that one. Good thing he found somebody to give the puck. Through center, Desharnais gives it up to the right, goes after the rebound, right in front of the net, couldn't get a shot. That one from Markov is way wide of the net. It ricochets all the way back down the ice. The Canadians, Pacioretty coming back in, gets a shot away, that's right on. Zanitz makes the save and hangs on.
Alexei Yemelin came back into this lineup after a lengthy injury, and the team won 9 of 11 games, and he was on a roll, +5. Everything was going great, but it has been a bit of a scramble down his last 6 games. He's a -9, and it's forced Michel Therrien to have to switch the pairings up, and he will find a familiar face across from now, Markov, who played with him when he was healthy.
The Eller line on, Briere and Bourque. Eller can't win it. So Nashville takes over with a face-off, and it's just cleared down the ice high. The icing, they call it off, let it go. So the play is alive in there in that Canadian zone. Cullen tried to feed it back. That was intercepted and carried on out to center ice by the Canadians and dumped into the zone all right by the Montreal Canadiens. Eller went in to pick it up. Tried to drop it to the corner, hangs on to it. All the way back to the line and takes a shot that hit a leg. He's on it again, though. Eller coming at the net. Sharp angle for him. He centered it. Eller again behind the goal, trying to find a man open, but everybody is checked out in front of the net. Bourque was standing there, and he was covered in time. Eller didn't want to give the puck away, but it's still in there. And again, Eller goes after it. He was bumped a little bit by Ekholm and couldn't move on the puck. Stopped at the line. Backhanded in by Douglas Murray, not far enough, and a break count on. This is a good chance off the goalpost. Well, you know what happens almost all the time. A block shot, and away went Stallberg all alone, and it looked like a shore goal was coming up.
A real soft play there by Murray. You got to get those through.
Play underway again. Goalpost a minute ago. Well, a few seconds ago, really, by the Predators. Nothing doing. Still scoreless in the first period. Subban kept the puck in. Turning in the corner, Bournival along the boards. He's going to lose it over there, and it's tapped out to center ice. Missed by Subban, and Price decides to leave the net, backing up around the goal. Good move by the Montreal goalie. Allowing everybody to come back and get going, maybe. Bournival was stopped just inside the line. And away goes Fisher. Got in there with a high shot. Went over the shoulder of Carey Price and over the crossbar. They're in after it again. Hornqvist coming out in front of the net. He's covered, but got the pass back to the line. A Weber shot. That is blocked. No score, first period. And Hornqvist went after it. Knocked down behind the goal. Wilson tried to keep it in. Canadians get it out over the line, but waiting was Seth Jones. The rookie moved on, waited up the line, played it in. Wilson decides to roll it up in front. It went high, right to the net. No further play, no score in the first period. We're nearing the 4-minute mark.
Well, Douglas Murray had a rough game in St. Louis. He had that nasty turnover that led to that back-breaking 4th goal. And tonight he cheats on the icing, and he tries to put his stick instead of moving his feet, and the linesman waves it off. And then at the offensive blue line, this soft little backhand gets turned over, and this leads to the breakaway right there by Stallberg, and get a little lucky break hitting the goalpost.
Legwand, Smith, and Spaulding for Nashville. And they win the faceoff. Right back to the line. Long shot by Weber, and he usually hits the mark. And he did that time with a sharp shot from just inside the line. And another faceoff in the zone.
Well, you know how hard goals are to come by? Weber leads the team in goals. He's the only defenseman to lead his team in goals. He has 8 of them, tied with Smith. And here he just wants to get this to the net with traffic, but nobody in the sight lines of Carey Price.
Went right to Price, and he held on to it. Good shot by Shea Weber, though. Shots are even, 2 apiece. And here's the face-off to the left of Carey Price. Kanitz pretty good in the face-off spot, kind of tied his man up. Canadians do not get it out. Nashville Predators get it in around the net for Spaulding to go the other way. Didn't catch up to it. Legwand lost it. Got it back again. Left it right there. And the pass by Spaulding was good, but the Canadians take over. Not much room to go, though. Little pass coming for Galchenyuk to the right side. Chance coming in on that side. The shot is fired wide of the net. The defenseman moving up on the play was Markov. Nate Short was in there for Plekanec. Plekanec got it off the boards, back to the line again. Everybody getting checked. Good hard hit at the blue line. The Canadians stay in there looking for it, and now Subban tries to return the rough stop with a decent hit of his own. Canadians have to start from their own zone. The changes are being made by both teams. Shots still even, 2 apiece. Long shot by Klein does not get through as he carried in. Canadians have 2 back. The forecheckers take over, knocked in around the net by Diaz, and then centered all the way back near the blue line. Klein over here was open. They don't go to him. Puck is shot in deep. They're in on it all right. Nystrom will stop. Fanned on the pass attempt. Goes the other way. Shoveled it around the goal for Hendricks. Back to the blue line. And finally the shot got through. Twice stopped it. Nystrom went after it. He was checked over there. And the Canadians get it outside the line. Nobody up on the play. Hendricks trying to turn it back. This is Josi coming on for Nashville. Got it in. And that's the signal for the Predators to change them up. They've completed the change as the Canadians try to get going. The pass by Gallagher didn't work. Subban saw his man open up there, the defenseman, Bouillon. He shot it wide. Eller was on it quickly. And there is Rennie Bourque. Tried to center it, couldn't do it. At the line, Subban over here. Bouillon, no shot. Open ice pass, nobody touched it. Eller went after it. Penalty coming up, going to be against Nashville. It's the first call of the game. And a high stick has been called. So when we come back in a scoreless first period, a power play. Call. It was high sticking, but we're going to show it to you, and you make up your own mind. It looked like a penalty, all right.
Well, I think so. He takes a swing at the puck. It's a little bit careless, and it bounces off Brière's stick, the lower part of his stick, and comes up and catches him in the face. And you got to be responsible for your stick at all times, and they're just a little bit careless. So I know he didn't like it, but he's got 2 minutes nonetheless.
Canadians power play, 6th in the National Hockey League, 28 goals on 129 attempts. They're going to have to start from their own zone this time as the Predators win the face-off, clear it down the ice. Subban waits, draws a man on him, and thought he might go, but he changed his mind when he saw Markov, who delivered the puck ahead. Shot in by Gionta. Around the net it goes. No play back near the line. Markov again setting up Subban. Fake the shot. Stays open back at the line. And it's passed over here and booted ahead. High, rather, by Markov. That won't work. Markov now takes the pass and then rolls it back. Subban comes on. They're offside at the Nashville blue line.
Some unorthodox way of playing this game, but Markov, and I've seen him do this before, the Europeans love the soccer, and here he's going to play this one with his foot and keep it in play, and look what happens here. Weber plays it with his hand. Get it out of the zone. That's all you got to do is clear it out of there, as Montreal's power play has struggled for some time, and it's showing some signs of life over the last 3 games. They've got 3 goals in their last 12 attempts.
A long time for both teams without a shot. We're nearing the 8-minute mark. Canadians are on a power play. They don't have a shot yet. Still 2 apiece on the board. Canadians with the extra man now. Desharnais fed it to the corner. It's played back to the line. Markov sees a man open. Couldn't hit him with it. It was Pacioretty. And a giveaway in there, allowing Eric Nystrom to get the puck out and down the ice. Canadians back. Markov brings it on this side. They get the puck in deep. Shot in there by P.K. Subban. And the Predators are on it. Good play by Klein to tie up his man. Chance to move it out, but off the blue line. Coming in hard. The defenseman Subban kept it in. Markov gives it to him, but he's covered right away. Tries to shake loose with a little stick handling. Goes across the ice with the pass. Now they get it a little deep. Outside that perimeter, though, the four-man box set up. A long shot doesn't reach the goalie. Gonna be cleared down the ice. 12 seconds left in the penalty that was called on Matt Cullen. So the Canadians with no shots on goal on this power play. And Eller takes the pass. Gets in over the line for Montreal, trying to get in off the boards. He was belted back there and couldn't get near the net. Predators get it out. They come on strong now. That pass didn't quite work from Hornqvist. Montreal lose it inside the line. After it goal was Bourque. Second chance didn't work. A long lead pass, and Nashville get in over that line. And out comes Price to make the stop. It was juggled a little bit, and Hornqvist was coming on after taking the shot, looking for the loose puck and couldn't quite get there.
And that was pretty much the best chance on this power play, and it went to the Nashville Predators as Montreal just keep trying to jam pucks into the traffic areas, and Nashville does a good job of killing and turning the puck over. And Hornqvist was just trying to find the pass across the seam, but he couldn't get it. Good defensive job by Bouillon, so just throw it to the net. That's exactly what he did. Good save by Carey Price.
Fisher on the face-off for Nashville now against Plekanec for the Canadians. Fisher wins it, but the Canadians get the puck near the line. Gallagher shot it over there quickly for Plekanec. He was taken out of the play, and then it was stabbed at center ice by Hornqvist. Just missed it. And Jones comes back. He's with Weber. Jones, good move. Long lead pass. It was tipped at center ice, and he just missed Hornqvist with that long lead pass. Dumped ahead by Yemelin. Got it out and down inside that Nashville blue line again. Zonitz left the net. And his defenseman cleared it up on the boards. Hard hit goal. After that clearing play was made, Jones got up. He seems to be okay. A hard hit along the boards. Both teams a little sloppy with the passing. Bourneval comes in, shakes loose behind the net, and centered it. To nobody in particular, the Canadians' Prust was on it. He fell to his knees. Bourneval went in, threw a hit. But the puck comes loose, out and down across center ice. Quick pass, fired over there by Spalling. And he comes in himself, along with Legwand. Nobody could control it. And Bourneval shot it down the ice for Montreal. Icing waved off right away. Prust went in. A little bit behind the play. Was allowed to pick it up. Cullen shot it down to center. Price is going to leave the net again. Put it up on the boards and a quick shot, but he got back in time. That was a dangerous move by the goalie, and all the Predators saw it, and there was a chance, no doubt about it. But Price got back in time to make the save. Here in Nashville, and it's time now for Hockey Night Mile, brought to you by Subway Restaurants.
Well, Bob Ryan Ellis is one of them, and it is the season, the World Junior Championships in Sweden just around the corner, and he certainly knows what all those kids are going through, getting ready as it leads in just after Christmas. He was the captain of the gold medal Canadian team, and he also played for the Windsor Spitfires. He was the CHL Player of the Year in 2011, and boy, they love him here in Nashville. He's a real steady player for them.
Canadians get the puck up on the glass, out and down the ice. Klein was back first. Another good skating defenseman for Nashville. Made the first play. Comes up and might have to rescue the puck, and he does just that. Canadians are in on the forecheck. Two of them are in deep. Stolen all right by Gallagher. Got in close. Didn't quite get in a great scoring position. Gallagher backed it up. He's on the puck in there again. Gallagher twisting around and losing it. Smith takes off. Down the boards on that far side. Stops inside the line. Poke the puck ahead. They're lining up for a scoring chance here. No doubt about that. Coming on strong with that pass by Yossi. Finally blocked. Canadians clear to the line. Stop. Yossi fires a shot. And Price was watching the puck through the crowd. You wonder how the goalies see them, but they do, and Price stopped that. Here's an update, our first tonight with Andy. Cullen, Stahlberg, and Bork now the line for Nashville. It's poked near the net, all right. Cullen couldn't reach it, and the Canadians get it out to center ice. Briere in the lineup tonight, missed that. He's with Eller, and they're turning. Pass to Briere. Tried to hit Eller. It's in too deep for him. Bork had a chance going to pick it up. Comes near the line. Subban scores! Subban took advantage of a loose puck just inside the line, and a rocket of a shot by the Canadian defenseman. 1-0 Montreal.
Well, you look at Brendan Gallagher, who blocked that Ellis shot just a few minutes ago. You got to get in front of these pucks, and no one here on Nashville got in front of this one, and PK Subban is going to get his 5th of the season. And again, Briere puts the puck into the corner. It's a good bounce off the wall that Nashville gets, but they just don't handle the puck, and they give it back to Montreal. When you're not scoring a lot of goals, you just can't throw the puck away like that, and especially when it gets on the stick of 76, and he has that much time to roll himself into the middle of the ice till he finds the open lane to shoot it. He does a good job. It's not a big wind-up. He snaps it off, finds the back of the net. 1-0 Montreal.
That was a very hard shot by the young Canadian defenseman. And the Habs are in front, 1-0. 11:30, the time of the goal.
I was going to say, Bob, with those sticks now, you don't have to get that big wind-up. You just got to make good contact, and boy, those pucks take off. And that was a prime example of that right there, as Subban just kind of half-snapped it, and it just, like you said, it was a bullet.
Oh, he got all of that one, walked right into it. So 1-0 Montreal here in Nashville, Tennessee. Puck stolen by Galchenyuk. He got as far as the line and then lost it. Wilson turned back. Scott Fisher catching up, and Hornqvist headed for the net. He's behind the goal. Bouillon with the puck for the Canadians. Wilson stopped the first clearing attempt. Then Fisher knocked it ahead. Subban was bumped, put off stride, tried to get the puck back with a skate. Did manage to do that at the line. Jones stops it, gives it to Weber, put the shot in there and stopped in front of the goalie. Canadians cleared down the ice, and just missing the lead pass was Plekanec, and that is going to be an icing call against Montreal.
Well, we talked about it earlier, and both these teams are not scoring a ton of goals. They both average around 2.5 goals a game, and getting off to a good start was so important for one of these teams, and Montreal's got the first goal, and that's an important goal when you're not scoring a lot. And the one thing Montreal's been getting is great goaltending out of Carey Price, and even watching him tonight, he's got such a low pulse. Nothing seems to rattle him at all.
Subban's 5th goal of the season, and Eller got the only assist. Subban cleared the puck again. Canadians turn back. Galchenyuk and covered all the way by Nystrom. Got it on the boards. Finally, they get it out. Frost has to go to center hard. And to stop just inside the Nashville blue line. Fought back though. Nearly got the puck back at center ice. Canadians back. That's Douglas Murray again. Picked it up and just sliding the pass ahead, and Prost gets it out. Moen tried to take off. He's in against Ekholm. Ekholm getting back first. Played it up on the glass to the line. Not quite out. Nystrom is there stabbing at it. Proud of them now trying to get possession. It rolls outside the line. Thanks to Nystrom. He's up looking at Price, who comes out of the net again. Canadians played it on the boards. Bournival. It went a little bit high. Hit somebody over at the bench, and that has been called.
Well, generating points from your blue line is very important for every team, and Montreal does a good job of that with PK Subban, Markov. They do get a lot of pucks to the net, and right there you look at the scoring leaders, and I'll tell you, looking at those 4 guys, and they put up some pretty decent numbers. I got to give the nod to Duncan Keith right now as the Norris Trophy frontrunner. He is playing some awesome hockey right now, and he just plays so good in every part of the game. That's what makes him so good.
There's Gallagher getting the puck again, and down the pass goes to Pacioretty, right in, scores! Beautiful play, beautiful pass, and the Canadians lead 2-0.
Nashville struggles against teams that transition the puck extremely well, and Montreal is a very good transitional team. They take it from their blue line, and what a pass from Gallagher as the Nashville defense just gets spread out way too far. Klein is too close to the middle of the ice, and there's no way he's going to catch the speedy Max Pacioretty, who goes to his backhand, and when you go to your backhand, you got to get it up quick, and that's exactly what he did. And he throws this right into the top of the net. Montreal Canadiens 2-0 lead, and that's a tall order for the Nashville Predators to score 3 goals.
Pacioretty. And Gallagher setting up with that dandy pass. 2 goals by the Canadiens in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. They're up 2-0. Shots are 5-2 Montreal.
Look at Pacioretty. That's his 15th goal, right? I mean, the Nashville Predators, they have got 8 goals by Shea Weber and 8 goals by Craig Smith. That's their top scorers on their team. They're just not getting any production from any of their other forwards.
Correction on the shots. They have 4 posted now for the Canadiens. So they have the 2 goals and the 4 shots, and the Predators looking for a goal. They've had 5 shots. So they're down 2-0. Fed ahead by Legwand. It got to center ice. Yemelin taken off the puck. Predators take advantage of that move off the goalpost again. That's the second time the Predators have had a good scoring chance that ricochets off the goalpost.
Alexei Yemelin's just got to move this puck. He gets the puck and he double clutches it. He should have gone to his partner with it right away. Instead, he makes his turn and he turns it right over to Stålberg. Big, strong player, strips him down. He walks in and he hits the goalpost, and that's the second one, you're right, Bob, that they've hit. This could easily be 2-0 Nashville, or at least 2-2. They just haven't got a save from their goaltending, and that's a big part of it. 4 goals on 14 shots the last game against Tampa Bay, and 2 on 4 here so far tonight.
Yemelin did get an assist on that second goal of Montreal. Pacioretty scored it. His 15th of this season. Wow. He's been terrific for the Canadiens. Down that left wing, so strong. Great shot. Took off that time when he got the pass. And a beautiful pass it was from Gallagher. Now Nashville, 2 goal posts in the period. Hardlock. No goals. Canadiens with the 2. 5:27 left to play. Stolen in there by Plekanec, setting up 3-0 Montreal. Plekanec stealing the puck. This is not a good start now for the home team. That's a bad giveaway inside the line.
Self-destructing right now, the Nashville Predators. You know they're a fragile team. They know they're having trouble scoring. When you see 2 go on, you know your chances of winning are slim. And right now they're down 3, and Montreal just getting on the puck quickly. At the red line, Galchenyuk puts it in play. Weber just doesn't make a good, strong play with it, and it turns over, and Gionta just feeds Plekanec, who not only turns the puck over, but he goes right to the net right away. And good on him to do that, get his stick down on the ice. All he had to do was just direct it. And that's exactly what he did, as the Nashville Predators are going to make a goaltending change. This is back-to-back nights they've had to do this, and I don't know if I can fault them on the goals, but you got to make a save. You got to somehow make a save on one of these or a couple of them, so you give your team an opportunity. And right now, without having a guy like Pekka Rinne in your net, these 2 guys have got to figure it out, and that's too many goals to allow early in a hockey game.
So Carter Hutton is in for Nashville. Plekanec, his 11th of the season, making it 3-0. And a goalie change. Gionta and Galchenyuk assisted on the goal. 14:37. 3-0 Montreal. Well, this is a big Christmas gift so early in this evening for the Canadiens.
A lot of game left though, but yeah, certainly you look at this and the way Nashville plays, and
a little trickle off the goalpost as the Canadiens were in close on that occasion. Desharnais battles for the puck along the boards. Can't come up with it. It was fired in there by Gallagher, though. This one is stopped by Carter Hutton. Just in, replacing the starting goalie, Mazanec. 3-0 Montreal with 4:40 left in the first.
Trotz, he was spending a lot of time talking to his guys and just letting them know, listen, man, don't stop playing. Don't give up on this yet. You know, we were down, but there's lots of game left.
They got to get the next one, though, Gary. Canadians are hot, and Price looks pretty sharp in goal tonight. Although, remember now, Nashville had 2 great scoring chances and goalposts. So it could be a lot different, but it is not. That is hockey. There's Price again out of the net, playing it around his own goal. Canadians slow and moving it. Yemelin went after it along the boards. He was stopped. Played off the boards by Moen down to center ice, but the Canadians can't carry on. Had to back off. Markov throws it back inside his own line. For some reason, a scrap breaks out. Moan and Hendricks. Moan thrown to right, but he fell when he threw it. And the linesmen get in wisely and bring it up. 4:03 left in the period, and Nashville obviously trying to get something going.
Well, Hendricks for sure. I mean, this is one, if you're Moan, you don't really want to do it because you got a 3-0 lead. You do not want to fire up Nashville's bench, and Hendricks goes right through the bench yelling at his teammates, come on, let's go, let's wake up. And you know what? He's absolutely right. You got lots of game left. Wake up. Let's get going here. So we'll see if that gives him a little bit of energy on that bench right here. And again, it's a turnover in the neutral zone right there by Ekholm, and then all of a sudden this fight just breaks out. And this is just an energy fight. And Hendricks, you know, he's got to find a willing participant. And if you're Montreal, like I said, you don't want to see your player getting into it when you got the lead like they do. But Moan stepped in there and did a good job.
He's got the crowd into it, and that can always help when you're playing here at home like Nashville is tonight and down 3-0 with 4 minutes left in the period. Got to get something going, and right now. Canadians know it. They'll try to tighten up. Cullen will try to win the faceoff to start it off in there in the attacking zone for Nashville. And he does. Good faceoff win. Swinging at it was Matt Cullen. Rolled in around the net. Nashville trying to get something going along the boards. Dumped to the corner. Bork and Stahlberg on there. And there's Cullen again trying to center it. Stahlberg took over. Cullen got it back, and again he was checked along the boards. Subban lifted a high one. That'll get out and down inside the line. A race for it. Bork is up, trying the backhander, and couldn't quite hit the net with it. He was flying in there though, on a sharp angle. Bouillon to his partner. Subban with a goal. Another long, hard shot, this time handled by Hutton. He decides to hang on to it. 3:22 left in the period, and the Canadians leading 3-0. Celebrate the holidays Griswold style. Don't miss Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation tomorrow night at 8 on CBC TV. For our full holiday schedule, visit cbc.ca/holiday. Face off deep in the Nashville territory. Canadians win the draw, dumped in around the net. Missed him there by Yossi. Weber tried to pick it up, couldn't get the puck. Canadians keep it in. Galchenyuk takes over, gets around the net, tried to come out front, and was hit and knocked down. So he lost it, but out to center, was picked up again by Gianta. Threw it in, and here's Plekanec centering it. That's broken up. Nashville try to get it going now with 2:50 left in the period, and Mike Fisher coming and dropped it back. Price took the run. He didn't know where it was. Luckily, it was cleared away from the danger area. In on the puck is Yossi. Tried to center it, couldn't do it. Net is off behind Carey Price, but the Nashville Predators come awfully close.
You know, before the game, I talked to Mike Fisher and talked to Brandon Prust, and both those guys mentioned the fact that in order to create more goals, they've got to get in on the forecheck. Both teams need to get in, forecheck, turn pucks over. And for Montreal, they've done a very good job. They've scored a goal off it already tonight, and they've got a 3-0 lead. For Nashville, every time they throw a puck into the end, Carey Price gets out and he plays it. He's done a great job so far. He's handled about 10 pucks, and Nashville just can't get in and get on the forecheck.
Canadians 3 goals in 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Really, they got the 3 goals on 3 straight shots. So the Predators will have to pick it up, as they say. Period is not done yet. Long shot is deflected. Doesn't reach the net. Kept in by Craig Smith, though. Pair of goals the other night for Nashville. He's there on the puck. Went high over his shoulder, however, and got back down the ice. Big Jones hangs on, gets a pass up to him. Craig Smith threw it the other way. Jones is coming up hard, picks it up, but offside is the call at the Montreal blue line.
Smallin goes offside there, and again, it's just not thinking. I mean, you just can't skate in over the blue line and go offside. You're taking away opportunity as Jones was ripping down the left side there. potentially a puck towards the Montreal net, and it's just mental errors. And again, when you lose your focus and things are going wrong, and then things have gone wrong here tonight for Nashville, you got to maintain your focus if you want to chip away at this lead.
Desharnais, Gallagher, Pacioretty on again for the Canadiens. Pacioretty has a goal, his 15th of the season. Nashville forechecking hard again. Stolen in there by Andre Markov. Up to Gallagher. Gallagher backhands the puck down the ice, and here comes Desharnais with Pacioretty. Desharnais can't get the shot. Pacioretty is knocked down, and there might be a penalty, and yes, here it comes against Nashville. Pacioretty trying to go in to pick it up and was hauled down by Victor Stahlberg, I believe. We'll wait for the official.
You're bang on right, Bob. And it was a back checking forward, right? I mean, he's coming in and it's a 2-on-1, and he's late coming in and he gets the stick around, and down goes the Montreal Canadian player driving to the net. And again, I just don't know why David Desharnais doesn't shoot this puck. I mean, you got Pacioretty driving to the net. Let it rip. I mean, the goaltending is a little fragile right now for Nashville. Why not just put it on the net, and instead he tries to make the pass and draws the penalty?
We're talking about the Canadiens' good power play, but on their first this evening, they failed to get a shot. Credit the specialty team in killing the penalty for Nashville. Canadiens pass it around. Markov the other way with it, almost rink wide, straight from one board to the other. The shot is right in front to Carter. Hutton, he stopped it, comes right back out. Subban looked like he wanted to one-time it at the net and then shoved it off in a pass attempt. Now he's back near his own line to start it off. Fanned on the first attempt to roll it down the ice. Tossed it ahead to Markov. Cross center. Back again to Subban. It hit a stick and bounced away from him. Then Eller missed that pass. Weber makes no mistake when he gets a chance. Rifles the puck down the ice. You heard it. 1 minute in the period now. That's all that's left. It's 3-0 Montreal. And the shots are 8-7 Canadiens. They're on the power play and moving in on the attack. Desharnais in behind the net. Pacioretty whipped the pass over on this side. Coming off the line is Markov. He missed it. So did Gallagher. It's down the ice again inside the line. And Price doing a lot of skating tonight. Leaving the net, setting up Subban. Dances away, hops away from one check. Then another. Then a third, and keeps going. On with the breaks inside the line. Got it back near the line. Desharnais the other way with it. Markov tossed it ahead a little bit. Now they set up to Markov. He didn't shoot it. Right in front. He tried to make another pass and did. It was too late. Subban shot it in there. Now the drive by Markov. Up, down, and right in front of the net. It was blocked, and the big defenseman Seth Jones was hurt on that shot.
Wow, that thing got up quick. That's Markov. Nice little tee up by David Desharnais, and I believe it goes off the shin pad. It looks like it goes off the shin pad of Klein and just takes a right turn right in the kisser. Right there, I believe it hits the shin pad and comes up and catches him just under the visor. And it's a good thing he's wearing the visor, but that thing got up underneath it, and there's just no way you can react to that. It's coming so fast from such a in-tight location.
The building got so quiet, and you can understand why. The 19-year-old is just getting back on his skates now. Don't forget these pucks, Gary. You know darn well they're hard, they're frozen, and that thing was flying even though it was deflected up off another stick. You don't want that. But he seems to be, thank goodness, okay going to the bench.
But the velocity of the puck now, I mean, the way the players shoot it now, it gets upwards around 100 miles an hour pretty quickly. And again, there's no way you can move out of the way as you look at the clock ticking down. And you'll see number 8 Klein as he heads out towards the block this shot, and it's going to hit him and comes up and catches him. And he doesn't look cut. That's the thing. He doesn't look cut, but I think it just jolted him pretty good as he looked a bit wobbly there getting up.
Last face-off maybe in this period. Puck is shot out and down the ice. That should do it. Price is out. The shots in the period were by Montreal 8 and by Nashville 7. Don Cherry is coming up in the coach's corner in our first intermission. Of course, he'll have his Christmas message. I know. Here in Nashville, Tennessee, the Canadiens get goals from Subban, Pacioretty, Plekanec. Welcome back to the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. The Canadiens exploding for 3 goals in the first period. 3 shots in a row at one point to get these Canadians in front. Let's look at them.
Well, it was fast and furious, Bob. They did all the damage in about 3 minutes. And again, Nashville had the puck on this particular one, the Subban goal, and they turned it over, and that cost them. And it was a great pass from Gallagher to Pacioretty, streaking down the left side. He finds the backhand at the top of the net. And then a turnover by Weber, by Plekanec. He bumps it back to Gionta on the give and go, going to the net. And really no chance for the goaltender here. And it was a tough start for him. All 3 goals were nice goals, but again, you got to get some saves. You have to get saves from your goaltending, and they made the change. And now Hutton is in the net for Nashville.
And 15 seconds remaining in the penalty that was called against Stallberg. Good clearing play right off the bat to stall some more time. Canadians had to move in a hurry. They want to do something on this power play. Their second of the game. Desharnais did get in there too, but he couldn't get his shot away. This one dumped in wide of the net. Predators on it, and they'll clear it out to center ice. Subban was there in time to take a swing at it. Got over there to Stallberg goal. He had to move to the corner to pick it up. Got it back, and that was intercepted. Gallagher reading that play, took off, and then the pass didn't work. The other way, 3-on-2. The shot tipped in wide of the net, went up high. As the Predators try to get an early start in this second period and climb back into this hockey game.
Well, Victor Stallberg is a terrible turnover, and then it turns back over to him, and he ends up getting the chance to bury this into the back of the net on a nice feed from Mike Fisher, and he just can't. I don't know if Subban tipped that a little bit and sent it off, or whether or not he just missed it, but certainly a struggle with Seth Jones not on the bench. He played a lot of minutes in that first period, about 8 of them, so that'll have to be divvied down. Probably Ryan Ellis will be the recipient of the shifts.
From the blue line, chance for Ekholm. Drilled it all right. Price is seeing everything. Moving well, and he's been leaving the net a lot. That time he was in a great spot to welcome that shot from the line.
Well, the face-off win, and again, a good clear look at it for Carey Price. You got to get traffic to the net, especially if you're going to score on him. When he gets a chance to look at it, it's like a beach ball coming into him. And 2 things Predators have done well tonight. Their face-off's been good, and their penalty killing's been good. Montreal has got absolutely nothing on the 2 power plays that they've had, and they had struggled to get any kind of in-zone, offensive zone time.
Barry Trotz changed the lines up a little bit. Legwand has Wilson on his left now as he tries to win this face-off. Can't do it. Canadians control it. Fired on the boards hard. Doesn't get out. Kept in by Legwand over there. Moving on the puck was Wilson. Dumped it in around the net. Canadian Galchenyuk moved it as far as the line. And again Price. Right angle on the shot. Square to the shooters, they say. And he hangs on to it again.
Colin Wilson this time more in front of Carey Price, but again, still giving him a look at the puck. I think you want to block that vision the best you can. And Carey's good at looking around. And again, he doesn't get rattled. You know, I've mentioned many a times, it's that low pulse that I like about him so much, and I think Team Canada likes it too. When you're in those high-pressure games and you just see it in his eyes, he's very relaxed.
Now Hornqvist has moved up with Cullen. Cullen tries to win this face-off. Can't quite do it. Price didn't clear it far enough. It was kept in, slapped around the boards by Bourque. Gabriel Bourque. Up Nashville. Lead pass went down there for the Canadians. Rennie Bourque, and he didn't pick it up. Cullen was back for Nashville. Nearly got caught back there. Dumped it away. The Canadians forechecking. Briere is there, and the defenseman Douglas Murray had moved up. And then it was missed and slides all the way down the ice. But getting back is Diaz. He got back in a hurry. Made a good play. Lifted in high, wide of the Montreal net. Raphael Diaz to pick it up and get a pass ahead. The Canadians move to center. Eller dumps it in. Out of the net is Hutton. Rakes. He had Eller coming after him. Couldn't stop the pass, and then Nystrom got it out. And down the ice. Henriks didn't pick up the pass. Canadians fail to get by center ice, and it was dumped in, and Price leaving the net again. This time into a crowd in the corner, and there's Bournival. Shot the puck out, and they go back and forth. No real good scoring chances yet. Nearing the 3-minute mark, missing that, barely missing it was Gaustad, and that is called icing.
Well, certainly for Nashville, you want to turn some pucks over. You want to start getting lots of rubber towards the Montreal net, and you want to get bodies into the net. You've got to find a way to manufacture a goal here, and the sooner the better. I mean, you not just need one, you need three, at least to get yourself the tie. But it's going to be a lot to ask for the Nashville Predators, who have really struggled scoring goals all season long.
Face off to the left of Hutton. 3-0 Montreal. We're in the second period, nearing the 3-minute mark. Klein around his own net, leaves it for Yossi. Shot the puck ahead off the boards and got it out and down the ice. Markov was there. Gallagher played it. Again to center ice, and nobody in particular. Slammed back in by Kevin Klein. Canadians back. Yemelin moved it a little bit, not far enough. Shot in wide of the net. After it was Hendricks. Predators keep it in. Coming off the blue line, Yossi to pick it up and get it over near the net, but all Montreal players around there covering the goalie. And there's Markov. Ahead to Pacioretty. Gallagher dumped it up across center ice. Desharnais had to back up. Kostin lost his stick. Heading off for the change without the stick. Good thing to do. And back in. The pass by Legwand was good. But Smith had to go to the corner to pick it up. Right behind him, Legwand dumped it in around the net again. As the Predators try to get something going. Puck was backed up all right by Spaulding. Then at the line, here comes the shot. That was blocked before it reached the net and a race for it. Canadians get a chance coming down that far side. No shot. No shot from that far side by Pacioretty. Couldn't quite shake it off and seems to be shaken up himself as he slammed into the boards. Gianna headed for the net, then had to turn to get to the corner, but Legwand stepped right in front of him. Long shift for him. David Legwand heading off now on a change. Got the puck out and down the ice. Gianna brings it back. That long pass is easily knocked down. Here's Yossi. Shot it down the ice and break just onside. And a rebound. Price back in there with a crowd to help him. Somehow it stays out. Montreal the other way with Eller. He tried to move it the net. Hutton took it away from him and held on to it. So chances at both ends with the Canadians looked like they were going to give up the first goal of the night to these Predators.
What a pass up the middle of the ice, and he's offside. That's not onside. And the linesman was right there, and Hornqvist doesn't score. He takes Carey Price out of the play. And then Colin Wilson comes in, and he still can't put it in. I mean, besides being offside, that's a heck of a save by Price, and Hornqvist lands on Price. But he lands on him, and he puts more bodies into the net that Wilson can find the hole. But that's offside by a good foot.
No question about it. It stalled me for a moment when I didn't hear the whistle, and you have to let it go. But the replay always tells the tale.
If Eller would have came down and scored there, that would have just been the straw that broke the back of the camel right there, because
this one is offside.
Nashville with two great chances to score. They've had two breakaways where they've gotten in behind the Montreal defense. They've got nothing to show for it. And you look at the net return, the goals allowed, you look at Montreal at 2.08, and that's the reason why they're not scoring a lot, but they're still winning because they're good defensively. You flip it over on the other side, and you look at Nashville. They played 35 games, and 13 times they've scored one goal or less. They've been shut out 7 times. So 38% of the time, they score one goal or less.
Stahlberg gets in there, jams on the brakes, but gets it back. Ekholm takes the shot. Price down. Price trying to find it and can't. Over there is Bouillon. Eller comes over to help him stab the puck ahead a little bit, but it's kept in. Finally, it'll be out by Bourque. Bourque did get it down the ice. Ellis got back in a hurry in front of him. Cleared down right to Price again. Price out of the net and leaves it there for Markov. Montreal moving the puck up to the neutral ice area near center ice. Dumped back in. Markov was there. Yemelin on the other side. Puck played ahead and at the line. Montreal will get it out and down the ice. On that short side, Hutton just hanging on to the post. Good piece of speed by Bourneval. Intercepted. Coming up in this play, a Spaulding heading for the net. Tried to reach for it. Knocked in there for him, but helping is Legwand. Couldn't get the puck, and the Canadians get it out again. Backing up Ryan Ellis to his partner and back to Ellis. Good passing to get him going. Ellis is up on the play. That's a pretty good shift for Ellis. And he did get the shot away on the net twice, stopping it on that angle shot. 3-0 Montreal, nearing the 7-minute mark of the second. Markov back, put it to the far side. That long pass escaping Travis Moan and goes down the ice. They wave off icing. Weber had to play it therefore. Get it down quickly, and he did. Hornqvist, he's moving in. Couldn't get near the puck as Murray shot it around the goal, and there is Fisher. Out to the line, long shot, Price out. It was blocked in front of him. And then Murray made the play to get the Canadians going to center ice. Well, that's as far as they get. Predators dump it back in, and Douglas Murray is on it first. He was bumped. Nashville putting the heat on a little bit. Stopped near the line, but did squeeze out. It got by Ekholm, who couldn't keep it in. And one hand on the stick. Hit a stick okay, but escaped him and got down the ice. This one is called. We have 13:04 remaining in the second period in Nashville. And it's 3-0 Montreal.
Back in Montreal, and it was the first chance for us in Canada, the Montreal fans, to get a look at Seth Jones, and it was two defensemen who scored for the Nashville Predators that night. Weber scored, Gallagher tied the game up, and then the game-winning goal, his second goal of his career, his first game-winning goal, was scored by that young kid right there. And of course tonight we started out this game and looked pretty good, and unfortunately took a puck in the face off the shin pad of one of his own players on a shot by Markov, and he has not returned, so hopefully he is going to be okay. They could sorely not, they don't want to miss that guy. He carries a lot of minutes for them.
Nashville coming on here in the second period. They're out shooting Montreal actually 7-2 in this period. But it's a 3-0 Montreal lead. Smith, Leguant, and Spaulding again for Nashville on the board. Spaulding backhanded the puck down the ice. Coming on is Craig Smith. Got into the corner all right. Shakes off a check but lost the puck. And Gallagher goes the other way. Put it ahead. Man open in front of the net was Desharnais. Couldn't get the puck over to him. Klein took care of his man, or did he? Canadians are on it. Little pass around by Gallagher. Back out in front, try to jam it in on that short side and lost the puck to Spaulding. And he's away down the ice. Spaulding had to shoot it in and then give chase. He did get in there to pick it up. Spaulding tried to center and was stopped. Cullen was in front of the net at the time, and now Cullen takes over. Passed it over here on this side to Yossi. He had to move it up, took a shot. That's grabbed. No further play with 11:56 left in the second.
Well, the one thing that Brendan Gallagher does so well is down low when he has that puck. Watch him. He stops on a dime. He's using the net for protection. He's going to walk right out, and then he's going to come back to the net here on a good forehand. And he just can't seem to get it through. And it's usual. He ends up in the net or in the blue paint somewhere on top of the goaltender. Referees are getting used to seeing number 11 in there. He would have rather seen the puck go in, though.
Cullen is on for this face-off for Nashville. They'd love to get one. They're down 3-0. Can't buy a goal. Had 2 goal posts and several big saves by Carey Price. Now Cullen coming in on goal. Can't beat Price on the short side. The goalie for the Canadians read it perfectly. It was a good move by Matt Cullen, but Price was just a little better and stopped it. They're still inside that blue line. Turning around with the puck. Near the line was Bork. Played it over in front, then the long shot. Look at him do the trick, put the glove hand again. Carey Price, the man of the hour for the Canadians.
I mentioned he let in 5 on 29, and that's a rarity for him. And good finish check right there by Bork, and that turns the puck over, and this leads to a pretty good scoring chance as Yemlin comes up looking for the puck and loses his guy. And Cullen walks in, and just as he goes to shoot it, it looks like it rolls off the toe of his stick, and he doesn't really get good wood on it. I think he was trying to go straight upstairs. When you're coming in on a guy like Carey, he kind of plays head games with you. He's so good, so calm, not a lot of moving parts.
Canadians haven't had a shot for some time now. It's 10-2 shots in the second. Nashville, there's another one off the blocker of Price. Off the glass in behind the net. They go in to try and pick it up, and Wilson does. Wilson shot it back to the corner. Mike Fisher trying to do damage. Twisting and turning, kicked it loose. Shot around the net, gets all the way out where Ellis was waiting. Over on this side, Ekholm He had to shoot it in, didn't get it too far in there, and the Canadians can't find it. Prost is over trying to take his man in on the boards. Scramble forward, and Montreal comes up the puck, and finally they get it going that far side. Back in over the line, no shot yet from Briere. Here's one, in wide of the net. Little low shot, not a lot on it, but still dangerous looking. The other way for the Predators. They line up four of them across the ice, and Price is out of the net again, playing it off the glass, out and down the ice. Halfway mark of the second coming up in 30 seconds from now, as Josi gallops back in there for Nashville. Slapped it around the goal to the corner on the other side. Henriks, he had to wait a bit, maybe too long. Plekanec got it loose. Galchenyuk reached for it and couldn't reach far enough. Price saw it coming in, grabbed it, put it back in play. Canadians, Galchenyuk is covered in there by Weber. Had a tough time moving on Big Weber, and he kept it in. Another shot that's blocked in front of Price. Finally, Giada played the puck back out, but it's going to be back in. Henriks made the play into Nystrom. Nystrom turns around at the line, took a shot, was blocked, and a 2-on-1 for Montreal. This is going to be Plekanec coming on the net. Missed the goal. He had Galchenyuk coming with him. The other way, 3-on-2 for Nashville. They're just inside. Nystrom didn't see the pass. It came across in front of him to this side. And Price stops the play again. 9:38 remaining in the second. It's still 3-0 Canadians. Well, it's still 3-0 Montreal here, but
it could have been more. When you're pressing like Nashville is, and they're doing a pretty good job, you give up chances, and Plekanec misses one. It creates one at the other end as he misses the net. 3-on-2 going the other way, and this is just an awful pass here. This is a scoring chance that you missed because your pass is a good 3 feet off the mark.
Face-off is coming to the right of Carey Price. It's won too well by Nashville down the ice. They're going hooking it all the way back. Montreal moving up on this play. Being very careful, Canadians, in this period. 18-10 of the shots now. Montreal with the 10 shots. All the damage so far coming in the first period. Pacioretty comes on with Gallagher. Lost the puck coming in front in the high slot. Was going to set up Gallagher, who headed for the net. Lost it. Now Gallagher takes it himself. Dumped it in, and he is headed off to the Montreal bench on a change. Canadians settling down a little more now. Subban made the play to his partner, who dumped it down the ice. Josi picked it off and got it back up across the line. But Montreal, they were all back, four of them, line up to bring it on. Subban takes the second pass. Good move. He got it in. Shot it to the boards, and out is Hutton to catch it and hang on to it. 8:30 left in the period.
It's time for the Smirnoff Icebreaker. Why not mix a Smirnoff Caesar? Smirnoff Vodka, the official vodka sponsor of the NHL.
Well, they're going to line up for the face-off in the Nashville zone to the right of the goalie.
Nashville has had a lot of shots in this period and a lot of chances, and they don't have anything to show for it. And you've got to keep pushing it. You know, Montreal's going to settle in and play this kind of game. You've got to try to make some things happen. You've got to take some risks.
Canadians have had only 3 shots in the period so far. That is not number 4 as Murray decided to shoot it around the net. Bourque fanned on that attempt from the high slot. And taking off for Nashville was Victor Stalberg. Down the ice and went in after it. Did get it too, but he's covered quickly. Centering pet, score! Coming off the line was Bourque. And he gets the goal and gets his crowd on its feet. 3-1. Nashville now fighting back.
Well, that's exactly what I mean. You got to press it. You got to get on the pucks quickly, and Cullen does that. He gets on this rolling puck, and he's going to turn it over. Stalberg bounces it right back behind the net to Cullen, and he lays it right out in front into the pinwheel of Bourque. And again, it's the hard checking by Stalberg. He lays it in. The big body gets in on Murray. It's a turned over puck, and get it into the scoring area as quickly as possible. And the one thing that Bourque does well, he doesn't hold it for long. He fires it right away, and that's the way you beat a guy like Carey Price.
Yes, and it was a dandy shot, too. Nobody was going to stop that one. A hard shot rising into the net. Bourque's 5th of the season. for Nashville. Cullen and Stallberg will earn assists on that goal, and the crowd, thank goodness, is back in it. They've been very patient and sticking with their team. Now they're within 2 goals of the Canadiens. It's an uphill climb, but you never know. Hendricks got the puck out, then left it for Gaustad. He moved it up along the boards. Nystrom is taking off, coming in there along with Hendricks and Gaustad. That's broken up, and the Canadiens will clear it. Down the center. 7:25 left in the second period. Crust up there for Montreal, took a swing at it and missed it. Now you can see a little life in Nashville. The long pass got down there to Fisher, who was bumped. Canadiens pick it up. Forechecking was Wilson. The pass was hurried, therefore down the ice, and Ellis takes over around the net for Nashville. Brings it on, backhands the puck out. Fisher let it go, and the Canadiens pick that up and dump it down the ice. That could be icing. They're calling it icing, all right. And they're going to bring it all the way down the ice. 6:54 to go in the period. It's 3-1 now, Montreal.
You hit the nail on the head there, Bob. That was a fantastic shot by Bourque there, and the fact that he didn't stop it for very long. And Nashville's they've been around Montreal's net quite a bit in this period. As you mentioned, they're out shooting them. And Montreal maybe sitting back a little bit, but you look at that 2-on-1 by Plekanec when he shot that one wide. You know, he scores there. That probably ends this right there, but now Nashville's got some life.
Don't forget the 2 posts they had in the first. Coming close there. Bourque, though, was on the plate. They're not going to beat him on the short side like that. Gianna is up for Montreal. Tried to pass in front. Stabbed away. Legwand went after it. Dumped it out. Came back to Smith. He let it go to Legwand, who comes in. Legwand got in around the net. Takes a look out front. Sees nobody open. Tried to get back point and did a good job of it. Here coming up is Josi. In on goal. Shot is knocked down. Rebound. Cleared away before any damage could be done. But the Predators come close to getting within a goal of the Canadiens. Weber back. This is Josi. He goes straight down the ice with that long pass. It went in too far. Wilson couldn't pick it up. Canadiens were back. Bouillon forced to turn around twice to get away from Wilson. Got it out across center ice. Fisher watches his man try to get in. Fisher stopped Gallagher and then is open. Fisher just knifed the puck, deflected the puck in deep in the Montreal zone. Bouillon lost it. It got in front of the net, but the Canadiens were there to cover. Gallagher shot a pass ahead. Pacioretty is in there to pick it up. Took a shot, wristed right up the net. Good juice on it too. And Carter Hutton caught it and held on. It's a 2-goal spread now with 5:30 left in the second. Canadiens lead by 2. The puck, and he will shoot it.
Oh, great location on the ice, right on his forehand. Again, a good solid forecheck, and Nashville's got some energy going here in this period, and they win a battle, and they get some puck luck. It follows around. Diaz doesn't get the puck, and nobody picks up Bourque in front. You see Rene Bourque. Maybe should have had Gabriel Bourque, and that wouldn't have happened, but nonetheless for Nashville, a big goal. They're still 2 down, but it gives them some energy on their bench for sure.
Gabriel Bourque's 5th goal of the season, getting Nashville on the board finally here in the second period. 11:51. We have 5:30 remaining. The shots are 22-12 in favor of the Predators. But they're down to Montreal. The Canadiens got 3 goals in the first period. Ekholm lifted the puck down to the line, didn't get out. So they had to go back and pick it up and start all over again. He backhanded the puck around the net. Now they get it out. A little bit too far at center ice for Gaustad. And Klein had to get back quickly. His partner fell, so he had to shoot it around the net, and it doesn't get out. Canadiens on it was Briere. Not much on the shot. Trigger wide of the net off a stick. And there's Stallberg again. He can really fly. He got away down the right side, too. Along the board, Stallberg couldn't center it, and the Canadiens get the puck down the other way. Bourque lost it. Up is Cullen. Got across the line, gave it away to Plekanec of the Canadiens. Under 5 minutes left in the second period. Canadiens move on. Plekanec put it right in on the net. Went after the rebound. Came off Hutton right out in front of the net, but cleared before any damage could be done. Wilson was up for checking, couldn't find it. Wilson again with Fisher there alongside. Canadiens get over the line, but that's all. Good forechecking, though, to keep it in by Gianna, the captain. Dumped it in behind the net. That long pass didn't work to center ice, broken up by Subban. Canadians. Desharnais didn't get too far inside the blue line. The puck is lifted down the ice again. A little scramble for it. Would have been offside had they gone in. They didn't. But the other way for Gallagher. Dropped it back. Pacioretty shoots. Just missed the far side. Just wide of the post. Desharnais was in there but couldn't handle the bouncing puck. It was cleared back out by Hornqvist. Got to center and dumped it in with 3:33 left to play in period number 2. In Nashville, Tennessee, the Canadians are leading 3-1. Bob Cole here with Gary Galley and the Hockey Night in Canada crew. Canadians leading by 2. Nashville getting the puck out. Spaulding just missed it, a bit high for him near center ice, and hold it now. There's a penalty called behind the play. Let's see who's going. You've shown us your prized possessions. How much will our buyers pay? Find out on the all-new series 4 Rooms, premiering Sunday, January 5th on CBC television. It's a Canadiens penalty, Gary. Desharnais way past the play, had to stick up, and he's gone. So now Nashville has a go at it.
Well, 3:11 to go here in this second period. If they could find a way to generate a power play goal here, and they did score a power play goal in their last game, and their power play does run pretty good, as you'll see on the wide shot in front of the net here. I believe his stick's going to get up right there. And maybe that's the call. I don't know. The arm ran up right away, but this could be a big moment for Nashville in this game right here.
They're 9th in the NHL in the power play, and this is their first of the game. The shot right on from the blue line. Roman Josi just drilled one right through the crowd, and Price saw it, and he holds on.
Well, their last 11 goals, 5 of them have been power plays, and you look at Hornqvist in front of the net, and you figure he's just like Holmstrom in Detroit when he used to stand in front of that net. He loves being in the goaltender's way. He loves to hang around that net. Causes havoc for Carey Price.
So Legwand takes the face off to Fisher, and Fisher got it back to the line, again to Fisher. Looks at the net. He's on a sharp angle. Won't shoot it from there. They're in close. Scramble for it. It's knocked down and cleared to the line and out. Barely got out as Weber hurried over there. Now he gives it to Josi. He'll gain the zone again and waits. Josi looks across to Weber. He goes a little deeper than that. Finally, Weber back in the line gets the pass. Dumped it ahead a little bit. They spread out in there on this power play. Weber is on this side. It goes the other way. The shot is stopped in front of the net. Cleared to the corner. The Canadians don't get it out. Here's Weber. Fired it right at Price again, who moved over and was square to him and made the save. It's off the stick of Josi and gets out and down the ice. 1 minute gone in the penalty. Predators want to get within the goal of the Canadians, trailing here by 2 in their first power play. Price didn't clear it. It was blocked at the line and kept in by Nashville. Spaulding dumped it ahead. No play there from the boards. Right back to the line. And the shot scored! Beautiful tip in front of the net. The shot came from the line all right, but in close was Spaulding, and he tipped it past Price. It's now a 1-goal game.
Well, Carey does one of the things he's been so good at tonight, and he hits Murray with the puck as he's trying to clear it down the ice. And that keeps the play alive in the end. And right there, they can win the battle for the puck. It goes back to Weber, and what a headsy play to lock in Carey Price like you were going to shoot it, and at the last minute, you bail on it, and you come right across the grain with it, and there is Spaulding right there to tap it into the net. No chance. And this all generated off a clearing of the puck out of the zone, but Montreal could only get Moan off the ice. The other 3 guys were stuck out there. Murray was slow getting back. Carey Price went to play it, and he unfortunately hit him with it, and Nashville takes full advantage of it.
And now back in the game solidly. 1 goal will do it. And Spaulding, that was a beautiful tip in. Long shot from the blue line by Subban, is stopped by Hutton. Spaulding, his 6th of the season from Weber and Smith at 18:09, and now we're in the final minute of the second period. Power play goal. getting the Predators within one. Little backhander doesn't get through, stopped at the line and kept inside that Canadian blue line. Little centering pass by Hendricks, gets back out. The backhander is deflected in front of the net. Price has to go down to find it. And they're pushing and shoving all right in there. Close quarters as the Predators come close, and they have everybody in the stands on their feet thinking maybe the tying goal was at hand.
Well, the guy that seemed to want to get him going the most was Hendricks. Of course, he had that scuffle with Travis Moen earlier in the game and was energetic leaving the ice, and here he is again going to the net. And Montreal is just guilty of being sloppy. They come out to this period, they had a 3-0 lead, and they kind of shut it down. Emotionally, they just disconnected from the game, and they didn't believe Nashville could bring it, and they've brought it. They started this period putting a lot of pucks to the net. They've been the aggressor the whole period. They've got themselves a couple of goals, and they're all around Carey Price right now.
Spalding got a 6th of the season to get within one of the Canadians. Weber and Smith earn the assists. The shots in this period are 20-7 in favor of Nashville. So whatever Barry Trotz was telling his troops at that time, you were talking about it. Gary, don't give up, guys. You're down 3-0. There's lots of time left. Well, he was right.
This is the kind of game that you turn around, could turn around your season for you. You come back, it's a lot of character.
Pacioretty tried to drill a shot through the crowd. It hit a leg. Didn't get anywhere. Tipped up the line, and they get it out. But it's just dumped down the ice. That's onside and centered. Centered in front of the goal. Dumped to the far side, and the Predators come close. 25 seconds remaining in the period. That's Wilson trying to center it. Fisher got in there and couldn't get a backhander away. He was tied up. Finally, Gallagher takes over and gets the puck out with 14 seconds remaining. He got across center and dumped it the rest of the way. 8 seconds. Have they got time to get down for another chance? Yes, they do. Play got in there all right to Bourque. And it went high and out of play.
Colin Wilson has got to be shaking his head. He was the player that tried to bury the rebound on the breakaway that he couldn't find the net. He hit Carey Price and Hornqvist in the net. And right here, good job on the forward check again. And he just changes his mind. He's going to go backhanded in, and at the last second, he decides to take it on his forehand, and that little switch over allowed the puck to skate through him. Unfortunate, but this could easily be a tied hockey game by now.
Yes, it could have been. No question about it. 2 or 3 chances in the last minute. But it's still 3-2 Montreal and 1.9 seconds on the clock. So they'll try and get a shot from the faceoff, no doubt. See how it goes. Doesn't work. Time runs out in the second period. Shots in the period. 20 by Nashville. 6 by Montreal. Nashville fighting back. They got 2 goals. Bourque and Spalding. And after 2, it's 3-2 Canadians. Welcome back to Nashville, the Music City. And here's one of the stars, Carrie Underwood.
Wife of Mike Fisher. And she's played sold-out crowds in this building. And Mike earlier this week tweeted out he had his their father's weekend here where they bring the fathers in and they travel with the team and they eat with them and they go through all the game plan with him and they come to the games. And it's a great tweet from Mike where he says he owes it all to his mom and dad. There's a picture of him and his dad outside the airplane getting ready to get on the charter flight. Maybe she's tweeting as well.
All right, here's the third period from the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. 1-goal game now, 3-2 Montreal. Lifted from center ice right into Hutton by Subban.
Well, if the Montreal Canadiens can hang on here, they'll be 19-0-2 when leading after the second period. But the tough part is if Nashville's going to catch up and win this hockey game, they're going to do something for the first time this year as they're 0-15-0 when trailing after 2.
Well, behind 3-0 are now within 1 goal of the Canadians. Had a great second period. 20-6 for the shots officially now. in that period. So 27-14 overall in favor of Nashville. Face off to the left of Hutton. Dumped into the corner by Shea Weber. Canadians trying to get the puck over in front of the net. Nearly did get in front of the goal. It came all the way back to the line. Bouillon shot it ahead. Nashville trying to get something going from deep in their own zone. They can't get out right away. Canadians forechecking hard. Plan is to get that 2-goal spread back if they can. They got to be back on their heels a little bit now, seeing Nashville coming on so hard in that second period. Fisher made sure the puck got out. So now they line up from their own zone. The Predators get it up to center ice and then dumped into the zone all right by Hornqvist. Montreal all back, so not a problem for Bouillon to come on, and he'll clear the zone easily. Didn't quite get it out. Langlois stole it and nearly got in for a shot. Just put it on the boards around the net. It comes over on the side. And then Smith giving chase, but he backed off out near the line as the defenseman had come in. And he shot it in deeper again. Montreal backing up a little bit. Nearly got caught in there in the last clearing play. This time they do get it out. Gallagher down the boards on this left wing. Tried to swing in front of the goal, but was stopped by Kevin Klein. Kept in at the line by Desharnais. No shot. Desharnais broke up the rush again. Pacioretty missed the first chance as he fanned on it, and it was dumped off the boards and in deep, and the two teams are changing for the puck in the Canadian zone. Markov swings up to center ice. Did he get to center? I don't believe he did. That's going to be an icing call, so it'll be brought back.
A little bit of a mental error there by Markov. You only need to take one more step to get that line, and then you can lay that puck into the corner, and you're all of a sudden you're in their end instead of coming back in a face-off in your end. And face-offs have been falling in the favor of Nashville. 60% so far through 2 periods, and Cullen's won a lot of them.
And he's on for this one with Stahlberg just to his right along the boards and Bourque on the other side. Bourque got that, one of those goals that got the Predators going, remember? And then Spaulding, the other one, a beautiful tip in. Bourque of the Canadians dumps it down the ice. Giving chase was Eller. On the boards, it came loose. Missed Bourque, got over on this side. Kept in though, and Eller battles away, and on the boards, Bourque comes in to help on the puck. Squirts loose, and the Predators do clear the zone up to center ice. Montreal all back to break it up at the line just about, and Cullen turns. He's allowed to walk in and set it up. Legwand, he waited, took the shot then 3 feet wide of the net. It'll be kept in by Weber. Weber dumps it in around the board. Stahlberg missed it. Got around the net all right. Briere didn't get a chance to play it. Good play to the line, and the long shot fired in wide by Shea Weber. Good hard shot too, but missed by a fair margin. Hoping for the tip in, no doubt. Centering pass. No shot coming from Nystrom. He was all alone too. Eller takes it and stops as he gets outside his own blue line. The Canadians are changing. 3 minutes, 10 seconds gone in the third period. Tippin at center was good, onside. Hutton comes out of the net. The goalie moved it to the corner, and they can't get going. Predators have to back up. Klein was forced to go all the way back. And now shot out to center ice, and back waiting was Diaz. He'll just play it on the boards to center. That won't do it. Backhanded in wide of the net. Carey Price out of the net, covering up. And the Canadians. Briere shot it to center ice. Stopped, that's not Briere, pardon me, Bournival, and he was stopped dead in his tracks. So back up for Nashville. Again forcing the play was Yossi, but he couldn't get too deep for the rush. Ellis brings it on. Got to center, across center, and dumped it in, and then Canadians line up. Bournival waits for the pass. Doesn't come yet, so he turns to go off, and Gianna just kept going by himself. Nobody up with him as the Canadians were changing. Bouillon set it up for Subban, and he dumps it down the ice in behind the net. The goalie out again, didn't play it. Canadians take advantage, going to pick it up. Had to be careful on that effort. Coming in by Galchenyuk of the Canadians. Nearing the 5-minute mark. of the third period. Montreal leads by just 1 goal. Both teams being a little bit careful. Nobody opening up yet. Good second period. Excellent second period, we should say, by Nashville to come from behind. A 3-0 lead built up by the Canadiens. Now they're within 1. Montreal forced to come back. As the Predators are pressing again. Pacioretty stabbed at it. It got behind the goal for Bouillon. He came out dangerously in front of his own net in the blue ice, but did clear it down the ice okay. Pacioretty tipped it in. Weber. Pacioretty all over him. Canadians don't get a chance to play it. Smith is on it. He's down the ice and throws it to the left side. Back out front. The shot by Smalling is tipped wide of the net. And the Canadians have to hang on now as the Predators come strong. Trailing by a goal. Looking for the tying goal right here at the blue line. Dumped in wide by Weber. And in on it was Leguan. He lost it. And the Canadians are going to skate away with it. Don't tell me now, Gary, they're sitting back thinking about trying to protect a 1-goal lead at this stage.
It wouldn't be a good idea. Nash, it's been really sloppy in the neutral zone. Both teams, actually. If one of these teams can get someone open in the slot here, the slot's been wide open in both ends.
Momentum belongs to this team, who are on the move again. Stallberg all the way with it, coming in hard. Waits and passes back. Chance here. The shot is fired wide, probably deflected by the crowd in front of Price. Back for Victor Stallberg. Right to his own line with a nice rush he had going a moment ago. Price out of the net, steering the puck to one side. We're coming up to the 7-minute mark of the third period. Canadians try to move on. Have to be careful, but they must not lose sight of the fact this home team is within 1. They'd love to get one more if they ever want to relax. But it doesn't look like there'll be any relaxing in this. Nystrom stopped him, but it got away from him. Galchenyuk brings it in. Sharp angle for him. Couldn't get the shot by Weber and on the net. And the Predators send 3 abreast down the ice. Broke it up inside the line. Hendricks tried to play it and did. Shot it around the Canadian net. Montreal back. There goes Diaz. Backhanded away by Plekanec out to center ice. And the Canadians just dump it in. Coming up to 8 minutes of play in the third. Again, the Predators dump it in. This is Wilson cutting in front of the net. Nobody could get a stick on it, and Pacioretty is turning for Montreal. He's backing over the line. They're onside. Pacioretty shot. Rebound. Backhander by Desharnais. He couldn't hit the mark. Pacioretty is on it at the blue line. Barkov dumped it in. Great pressure by Montreal all of a sudden. A chance here for Pacioretty again. Shot is just wide of the net. Over there is Yemelin. He's getting ready. Passes off to the side. Turning. Gallagher played it in deep. Another shot is blocked. And another is blocked. Canadians cannot keep it in. But what a surge by the Habs on that last shift. Maybe more with Desharnais. He passed it back and bounces down in front of the net. And he got a weak shot away. And Carter Hutton grabs that and hangs on. Canadians coming on strong after watching the Predators hit hard. Nothing doing. Up to be a great third period. Time now for Hockey Night Close-Up. Brought to you by Subway Restaurants.
I mentioned Carey Price has been great all night with the puck. He had the one boo-boo there where he hit Murray, which led to the power play goal. But all night long, he's thwarted Nashville's forecheck. It started to get going more in the second period, but Carey Price has been dominant all game long. As well, he made some real routine saves, but some tough ones through traffic, and got a little help from the goalpost on a few as well.
And you know, Montreal is out shooting Nashville in this third, 5-0. Believe it or not. Nashville looked good at the start. Canadians with a big flurry here in the last 4 minutes. Bowen stops the puck, but couldn't get it very deep. Free taking off for Nashville. In over the line with Stallberg going to the net. Stallberg got in there and couldn't get near the puck to get a decent shot. He did flip at it and got it high. He's got the puck again. Twisting and turning in there is Stallberg. He fell, and the Canadians send 3 away as they line up, and Prust got to the line and then had to wait as he tried to shoot it in and hit a shin pad and came right back to him. So they're changing now, the Canadians are, as Nashville comes on. Good play getting the puck up. Josi got it in. Shot stopped by Price. Hangs on. We're 7 seconds short of the 9-minute mark of the third period, and they're starting to boil over a little bit now. There's great pressure out there right now.
I mentioned earlier that the neutral zone's been a bit sloppy, but the one area of the ice that seems to be open on the entry is the high slot. And the team that take advantage of it has been the Nashville Predators. And they walk right into the zone here, and again, no one on the puck, and this nice little pass from Josi right back through the grain to Spalling, and he gets a pretty good shot and a good save by Carey Price. And again, not a lot of traffic in front of him. He can see that, and he's going to make the stop more times than not. But Montreal, that sustained pressure on that one shift, that was probably the most they'd been in Nashville's end in probably a complete period. As the second period, they did not spend a lot of time there at all.
Dean Morton and Dan O'Halloran, the two referees, have this game under great control. Haven't had to call many penalties, and they've allowed them to go at it. They're doing that now. Legwand on the puck quickly, shot it around the net. It comes all the way back to the line. Fed ahead by Weber. Nobody open over in front of the net, so he dumped it to the corner, and the Canadians are in on it. Buchanan's shot it away, and Weber was out waiting for that play. And once again, it's shot down the ice, and they're going to call that icing, of course, and bring it back. We have another update for you, and here again is Andy. Wow. Here it's 3-2 Montreal. Shots are 28 Predators, 19 Canadians. Face off to the left of Carey Price coming up. One more change for the Canadians. Stick change that was. So now we're ready, and Markov is lining up for the face-off. Here we go. Fisher for Nashville. Been great in the circle, got it back. Josi moved on, dumped it over in front of the net. Price watched it all the way. Got through a corner of the blue ice and went by. Markov slow moving on it behind the net. The Predators are flying in there, not giving the Canadians much of a chance. They have to hurry. Galchenyuk did that time and got it out. Well, the Predators line up, a nice play, gets into Hornqvist, shoots! Stopped by Price. Got the rebound behind the net is Wilson. Wilson comes after it. Dumped it to the side of the net, and right there was Subban. He got rid of it, but did it get out? Barely. Got across the line, and then Plekanec shot it the rest of the way. Halfway mark. We've just hit it in the third period, and it's a 3-2 game. Montreal is still leading, but hanging on right here. Bouillon shot the puck off the boards, got it out, and got down as far as the Nashville blue line. Predators up again. Dumped into the zone by Gabriel Bourque. Got in around the net with it, but Pacioretty is away to center ice for the Canadians. He shoots it down in on the net. Pacioretty moves up, tried to stop it, and did, but then didn't know it. And it rolled through his skates, and they get it out again and down the ice. Subban will be back, was offside anyway, and stops the play with 9:27 remaining in the third period in Nashville. It's Montreal leading by a goal, 3-2.
Happy with Michel Therrien. On the last stoppage was an icing. Montreal couldn't change. So here he's going to call Markov over to the bench and tell him to change his stick, and hopefully delaying the little bit so these guys can get a rest. And the referee comes over and says, can't do that. Next time you do that, I'm giving you a penalty. And he called Markov over before that. Markov was skating by, and he called him over, and he said, hey, go into the zone and come back and change your stick. So
that was Dean Morton, the referee. Dan O'Halloran is the other tonight. And we mentioned earlier, they've been on the ball all night.
Yeah, they've been good. You know what? And that's the right call. I mean, that's a penalty. You're not allowed to delay that game like that to try to rest your players.
Rennie Bourque tried to hook it ahead with a skate. Ellis for Nashville didn't move it very far. He'll get a second chance, but Briere was all over him. Bourque knocked it in over the line, but now it's brought back out at Gaustad, moved it a little bit more. Eller picked that off, gave it to Bouillon, and he'll take off to center and shoot it in. Goalie had a hunch to come out, decided it was going too quickly. Subban moved it up, calmly put it in behind that net for Eller, and Eller was covered back there. It'll be Nashville trying to move up to center. Poke in over the line, all right. Stolper, fed on it, got in front anyway. Backhander, just wide of the goal. They come within a hair of tying the game. And an icing call is coming against Montreal as they hang on with 8:33 remaining.
2-on-1 a couple of shifts ago. And then this break right here in Nashville. And you remember Colin Wilson couldn't deposit the puck into an empty net. Stolper gets thwarted by Bouillon and gets a stick on it. But good job by Cullen to get the puck back out in front. And again, just misfired on the puck, but Cullen stays with it. Everyone's floating towards the puck. Nobody but Eller has come back, and he grabs Gaustad's stick, and that's the second time Lars Eller has come into the slot area to bail out the Canadians down in their slot. It's been open all night long.
Canadians are calling a timeout here.
Well, he's not going to do a stick change. I'm going to tell you that.
8:33 left, 1 goal, and they nearly had the tying goal on that last play.
Hey, he's telling them, we're coming, guys. We're coming. I told you we're going to get it, and I believe in it. So these guys have done a great job getting back into this game. Montreal Canadiens, you look back to the game against St. Louis, they had 3 2-on-1s early in that game. St. Louis scored on 2 of them. Tonight, they've given up 2 breakaways and 3 2-on-1s again tonight. So a little bit sloppy Montreal Canadiens, and 3 goals in 3 minutes got them that lead. But after that, it's been predominantly Nashville here who's been pushing it.
Here's a face-off now coming in the Montreal zone in that big circle to the left of Carey Price. Nashville with Mike Fisher on to take the draw, and he's winning most of them. Got it back. The defenseman Yossi moved up, shot it around the net. Fisher knew it, got over there. Fisher, good shift here, but he can't keep it in. Nearly knocked down by Rennie Bourque of the Canadiens. He did back up, did get it, did shoot it in. Shea Weber lining it up to come after Montreal, looking for the tying goal here, but that pass is intercepted. Markov shot it ahead. Montreal, that long high shot, but what a beautiful play by Markov to elude one check and then set up the pass down the ice. Another shot fired in front of the net. Hutton is down. Canadians nearly get one there, but Wilson shoved it away from the net and got it out. Hornqvist was stopped at center. And the Montreal Canadiens defenseman Markov stepped up, put it in on goal. Little weak shot in there, but 7:40. All that's left in the third period now. 1 goal game. This crowd poised, ready to roar. Should Nashville get a goal. That's an icing call. It'll come back in the Nashville zone for the face-off because of it.
Well, full credit to Nashville. I mean, you're down by 1 goal. You were down by 3 quickly. But at the same time, if you don't come back and tie this game and at least get a point out of it, you can draw very little from it. I mean, yes, you worked hard to get back in it, but there's going to be very little to take from it.
Face-off is won by Nashville. They clear the zone. I'm not sure if Spaulding, no, he didn't touch it. That's another icing call. Tried to tip it at center, but he missed it. Icing. Follow Team Canada on the road to the Olympics with up-to-the-minute results, news, stories, and more at cbc.ca/Olympics. Face off that Nashville zone. They're winning a lot of draws, and that's good for them. Getting up across center to Spaulding this time. Spaulding lost it. Spaulding got it back and lost it a second time. The Canadians, Gallagher reached for it. They go offside. He didn't have to play it. We have 7 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third.
We've talked about Nashville's struggles in scoring goals. Well, the Montreal Canadiens aren't far off it. In their last 6 games, in 5 of them, they've scored 1 or less goals. So tonight we're getting a treat, Bob. We got 5 goals in this game. And these 2 teams don't score a lot.
Mentioning about the face-offs won by Nashville. 34-20 is the role they're playing in the face-off spot. So they're beating the Canadians heavily in that department. That counts for the comeback somewhat. They're within a goal with 6:50 to play in the third period. And in the Montreal zone, the puck flying high, knocked down. The crowd is after it. It's stopped at the line by Klein. Fed a soft pass ahead that got in around the net. Canadians back covering up was Bouillon on Cullen. Cullen got the puck. Upended. Penalty coming. Shot is off. Wide of the net. Going to be a penalty called against Montreal here. And now, with 6:28 remaining, this fine power play unit of the Nashville Predators are set to maybe do damage on Montreal.
Well, they're 1 for 1 tonight, and it's a decent power play. And Montreal's usually the specialty team on the road. That's the king of the mountain. Last week they were number 1 in both, and here they're going to go shorthanded again as PK Subban loses the puck to Cullen, and then as he sticks his stick out to try to retrieve it, he gets it in the feet of Cullen, and again, sloppy play in their zone.
Gary, we should point out that on the road, the Montreal Canadiens are first in the National Hockey League killing penalties.
I know. They've allowed one tonight. It's been one of those crazy games.
Well, we'll see.
And their power play was 3 for 12, and then they couldn't even get in the zone and get a shot on net. So specialty teams have really let Montreal down tonight a little bit.
Face off is to the left of Price, and it's Fisher again. You can bet on him. Might be a good bet. Look at that. Won it cleanly. The shot tipped away from the goal. Predators are after it. Centering pass. Score! They tied her up. They have tied her up. The face-off won by Fisher, and we were talking about face-off wins.
Shea Weber.
And Shea Weber comes off the line.
This comes off a nasty hit on the backboards on Markov. Again, the one draw, Bob, you were talking about it, and then Hornqvist gives Markov a hard shove that drives him into the boards. The Canadians felt that should have been a penalty, but they just didn't react properly. Look at Murray, he gets beat behind the net. Plekanec is looking around, he's not paying attention to anybody who's coming in. And all of a sudden, as Murray complains there should have been a penalty call, you're pulling the puck out of the back of your net. Nashville is 2 for 2, and now the referee is sending someone to the locker room. He's had enough of somebody on the bench. And he's going to probably hand out a misconduct. I don't think he'll give an unsportsmanlike penalty because that would get them another power play, and that would hurt the most. But the captain, who we talked to after the first intermission, he came on. We were lucky to have him on after being down 3-0, and he came on and said, hey, we got to stop making mistakes, and we got to figure out a way to get back in this game. And boy, he's helped do that on a goal and an assist tonight.
The 9th goal of the season for all-star defenseman Weber. He's a dandy. Fisher won the faceoff, got an assist.
He's pointing.
And Hornqvist got the other assist, and the time of the goal was 13:40.
He keeps pointing at that Canadian bench, and he's asking someone to leave, and it looks to be Markov. Markov has just been yelling at him since that hit he took in the boards and snapped his stick, and the blade went into the crowd, and he's going down to the locker room.
Tough time to take a penalty such as that. Canadians now are tied with the Nashville Predators with 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third, and Nashville has all the momentum. This lead pass flipped up by Weber. Markov gone. Misconduct, penalty. So there's a big hole in the Canadiens' defensive unit. Everything going the way of Nashville on this Saturday night before the Christmas week. It's the last game before the Christmas break for the Canadians. They don't play till Tampa a week from tonight.
Family of Terry Crisp, coach of the National Hockey League, Stanley Cup in Calgary. There his 2 sons sitting in the back, and in front are all his grandchildren cheering away there, and his wife. And they're all down here for Christmas, and big part of the sledge hockey. They were on Hockey Tonight. We saw them at the start of the show. Wonderful hockey family right there.
Terry worked for the broadcast team here in Nashville. He's just to our left, looking as great as ever, and loves this game all his life. Now he's got something to talk about with his team. Nashville coming on strong and tying the Canadians, having fallen back 3-0 early in this game. It looked like lights out, but not now. Gianna shoots the puck across the line. That's easily knocked down, cleared back out, and Wilson was up there. He just missed it. Might have started a rush from center had he picked it up. Weber watches the Canadians making a change. Delivered the pass. It's going to be onside and shot in, and Price out of the net. He cleared it ahead. Pacioretty takes the pass. Just got it out over the line. Now Pacioretty carries on. Backhands it in. It bounced in front of the goalie. Caught it on a hop and held on to it. 4:46 left in regulation.
How big was that little fisticuffs by Hendricks? You know, you got to go back in the game and look at that when it's 3-0 and he steps in and Travis Moan engages him. And I mentioned, you know, you just don't want to do that. And it seems like everything's just turned. And the Nashville Predators now have gotten themselves all the way back into this game.
Canadians. Long shot from the other side as Diaz set one up. Break at center ice, picked up by Smith. He went rink wide with it, but they're offside. Legwand was ahead of the rush, and that stopped the play.
Montreal a little guilty of getting that lead, that quick lead, 3 goals in 3 minutes on 3 consecutive shots, and they kind of come out in the second and they kind of sat back, and they thought they were going to rope-a-dope their way through it and finished. And everybody knows the Nashville struggles to score goals, but I don't think you can sit back against any team in the National Hockey League and let them come at you for as long as Nashville is coming at Montreal.
Not anymore. So now the Canadians get a wake-up call. Can they do much about it? Out of the game is Andrei Markov. Misconduct penalty moments ago. So the Canadians suffering back there without that star defenseman. 3-3 tie. 4:10 left. Yemelin plays it back inside his own blue line. Diaz fed it down the ice. It shot in around the net. Nashville all back there. And Ellis couldn't get it out very far. So the Canadians forechecking. Up to the side of the net. Canadians are still after it. That's Briere twisting and turning. Got in around the net. Tried to come out front. Couldn't do it. It's centered anyway. And Nashville now on his heels a little bit. Until the pass comes to the line. It's broken up and cleared by Cullen. He's backing up that Canadian line. Cullen flip pass. Got in wide of Stallberg, who was racing ahead of him. Cullen again shot it from a sharp angle. Bourque turns. Dumped in behind the net. Stallberg and Cullen after it. Right in front of the net. Cullen came close. Now at the line. Weber. He backhanded the puck in. The Canadians on their heels for sure. But it's going to be cleared out by Galchenyuk. He's by himself. Going in, the Canadians were changing. He nearly went all the way to get a shot, but was stopped by Weber, who skated in front of him. Canadians keep it in. Galchenyuk reaches for that high pass. Knocked it down for Plekanec, but that's a glove pass. And that stops the play with 2:59 remaining in the third.
Some crazy indecision in the Montreal end. Watch this wraparound by Cullen. Look at the 2 Montreal players, Eller and Galchenyuk. They're not even on the same page. There's got to be somebody in front of the net here. Galchenyuk leaves. He points to Eller like that's your guy. And out of the back of the net comes Cullen, and he almost wraps that into the far side.
Face-off knocked down by Weber on the draw and cleared into the Montreal zone. Diaz, first one in around the boards. That was Gianna. Couldn't get the puck out. Second attempt. Did get it out. 2:42 left. Third period in Nashville. What a story. The Predators are turning on tonight. That weak shot by Wilson was tipped in front of the goal, and they're always dangerous. But the Canadians get the puck outside the line. But they're not moving with the puck. Just holding on and getting it out. 2:25 left in regulation. Montreal moving on. With a pass dumped in from the Montreal blue line. Play will continue with Ekholm in to pick it up. Moved it around the net and got it ahead, and Smith went the rest of the way with the pass. Dumped in over the line, and Smalling. That's wide of the goal. Legwand went after it. Canadians intercept that and get out. Just rolled into the zone by Gallagher, and he's off to the bench on a change. Under 2 minutes left in regulation time. 3-3 tie. It was 3-0 at one point, Montreal. Now Nashville is back to tie it. Loose puck in front of Price as he made the save and couldn't control the rebound, but it's back out. Rennie Bourque won't catch up to it with Weber, the man coming back for Nashville. Good pass. Knocked down at the line and turning is Josi. He's all the way back in his own zone, seeks a man ahead at center. It was Stallberg who got a stick on it, so no icing. Diaz flipped the puck ahead to Bourque. Rennie Bork couldn't control that. And it's slapped back in and Price is out of the net. 1:15 remaining in regulation here in Nashville. The Predators get the puck at center. Gaustad flipped it back. Moving up is Ellis. On a bad angle, tried to take the backhander anyway, hit the top of the net somehow, got up there and down. We're in the final minute of regulation. Nashville trying to get ahead for the first time. Klein is in with the puck. Klein behind the net, looking dangerous. Another chance in front of the net, broken up. The Canadians are hanging on. Prust got it over there. Prust again is after it behind his own goal for Montreal. 42 seconds left in regulation. And it's Murray slowly up to center ice and getting the puck on the boards, but not very deep. The Canadians are changing. 30 seconds left in regulation here in Nashville. Gianta on the puck at his own blue line. Fisher took it away. Then it's Wilson trying to get it ahead. He fell. The pass was not good. Offside, Montreal. Pacioretty carried in behind Gianta, who was offside. 16.2 seconds remaining in regulation.
It is a game of inches, and this one here took some funny bounces, and look where it lands, on the top of the net. Just a few inches from going over the back of Carey Price. Anything can happen here as Montreal Canadiens just called for offside, and again, they got to be careful here. Markov's already been thrown out, so now you're down to 5D. They get caught with Murray on the ice at the end of that last shift with Diaz, and that's not the pairing I think you want out there at that particular juncture. They'll have Subban out there now with Bouillon.
Desharnais will try to win the face-off of the Canadians. Does. Allows the Habs to get the line. Are they offside? Yes, they are. By about half a foot. So they'll drop it in that same face-off spot outside the Nashville blue line. We have 11.4 seconds left in regulation. And it looks like we are, should we say, heading for overtime. We'll see. Away we go. And it's Fisher again against Desharnais. Big draw. Desharnais poked it ahead. Weber had the puck. Rink wide. Down here to Smith. Smith rolled it in. 2 seconds remaining. He'll get a shot here. And we are, in fact, going to overtime in Nashville, Tennessee. The shots in the third were 8-6 Montreal. 33 Nashville overall, 22 Montreal. And overtime coming up. Nothing. Nashville did not give up, did not quit. And here is how it all happened.
Some sloppiness from Nashville early in this game. They just didn't look ready. Missed passing, and they were sleeping on the breakouts. And this is where Montreal's best is, when they're on that transition. And that's what they got away from. And Buchanan's on a nice little give and go, and all of a sudden it was 3-0 for Montreal. But then after that, Montreal kind of shut it down. They tried to stretch pass all night long. They got no rhythm and tempo going up the ice, and it was the Nashville Predators who got in on the forecheck, dusted up some pucks, got some pucks back to their blue line, and some smart plays from Shea Weber. One on that pass, and then a questionable hit from Hornqvist on Markov led to the Weber goal, which tied this game up. And as I mentioned, you know, and Therrien's upset. I mean, he's saying, you know, we wanted a call on that play, and maybe he's right. There should have been one there, but you can't stop playing. And full credit to the Nashville Predators. And as I said earlier, if they don't come back and at least get a point here, it would have all been for naught. But now they're guaranteed a point, and they're going to go for the second one.
Been a heck of a game for this Christmas crowd here in Nashville. It's the Music City, all right. It seems we've been around a little bit. We haven't been here any length of time, but everywhere you go, especially on the strip mall, as they call them, along where this arena, beautiful arena is, the Bridgestone Arena, everybody seems to be singing. Yeah. I don't know if anybody doesn't sing here in this town. They're all so happy. What a great place. No doubt about it.
Yeah, even walking home after the morning skate this morning, Bob,
Isn't that something?
At 11:30, and all the little pubs and stuff around this rink are just live music coming out of them,
Going
which is
already.
fantastic. And we saw some wonderful, talented musicians last night. I was blown away how fabulous it was, and certainly a great location here. And the fans love their Predators, and they were out there early today. You could see all the gold shirts, and they've shown them proud tonight coming back in this game. It's a big character game for Nashville.
Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. and now forcing the Canadians to an overtime session. Nashville winning the first face-off. It'll be Weber. Delivers the pass to the far side. Josi dumped it ahead. Into the zone is Fisher. Bouillon is on top of him. Markov thrown out of the game in a misconduct. Here's Josi. Right in front of the net. Price is down. Gianna was careful with the puck. Got it ahead, but it's knocked down by Price again in front of the goal. Fisher! Backhander is wide of the net. High and wide of the goal. Just into overtime, and they nearly ended. This Nashville Predators team. Canadians, Bouillon backing up, trying to get away from the forecheck of Legwand. Couldn't quite do it. Here's Smith. He's got a hot hand scoring lately. Tries this one, and Price hangs on. Even though he made the save and dropped it in front of him in the blue ice, he covered up before anybody could get near the puck.
Well, he leads the Predators in scoring until tonight when Weber passed him. He had 2 goals the other night versus Tampa Bay, and here, put it at the net. You never know, and that kind of gets caught up in the top of the pads of Carey Price and rattles around. And here, one of the few times Price makes a mistake with the puck, and Fisher almost made him pay for it.
Legwand stays on and wins the faceoff. Canadians try to get the puck out and can't do it. Nashville on it. Dumped in there, and Smith is on the puck again, going around the net. Smith is tied up. Yemelin couldn't stop him altogether. Nashville carrying the play here at overtime against the Canadians. The defenseman Ellis was up. Hangs onto the puck to the blue line. Take a shot. Price looks around and hits something and went to the one side, and Pacioretty grabbed it and just hustled his way out to center. Desharnais was up with him, and he had to wait. Pacioretty had gone ahead of him across the line. Now he brings it back in. He was hit but keeps going. Good play by Desharnais. He gets in, tries to set it up. Big rush by Desharnais, but that was it. And finally he lost it, but he gets it back. Desharnais shoots, scores! Can you believe this shift by the little guy of the Canadians? David Desharnais, he did everything. Stayed with it, knocked down, got up, got the puck, and beat Hutton. An overtime win for the Montreal Canadiens, unbelievably ended by David Desharnais.
Well, Nashville is livid, and again, like Montreal was on the Markov hit, the Nashville Predators believe this should have been a penalty to David Desharnais, and I'm absolutely sure that both teams are right on both occasions. There should have been a penalty on Hornqvist, and we'll have a look at this one here. Desharnais comes in, and he tries to feed this over on the backhand, and then they lose it, and up comes... Well, he trips him with his skate, I think. As he drags his back foot, he drops Ekholm down, and then Desharnais picks it back up, and it's hard to get a look at it because the boards are kind of blocking us out. We'll get a better look at it. Well, we miss it there too, but it looks like he drags his skate and pulls out the feet of Ekholm, and that gives him a chance to skate in and rip that shot. But it was a heck of a shot, a bullet upstairs. So both teams feeling like a penalty that wasn't called caused a goal.
Desharnais' 4th of the season at 1:43 of overtime. The Canadians win it here, 4-3.